Hello everyone, my name is Calvin and this is eMaker. Today we are going to be looking at a Compaq SLT 286. So this is my working Compaq 286 SLT 286 right here. As you can see, this is the computer itself. It actually has a keyboard that you can take out, and has a keyboard that you can take out. The battery is right here. We've got our 3.5-inch floppy. It has a carrying handle here, and we will plug it in and have a look at it. So I just have a regular 12-volt power supply because this is not going to be, the battery obviously does not work anymore. As a matter of fact, I have the battery terminals taped over because it wasn't working with the battery actually connected. But I left the battery in there just for presentation. Just because you can see the actual weight of the thing with the battery in it. Anyway, so this is just this just has power and ground, and we're just gonna the top and bottom left side pins actually have the power. So that's all we really need to plug in. If I can make sure that they're in the right ones. They aren't. It isn't always easy. Someday I'll make something that's a little easier to go in correctly right away. There we go. So we're gonna have it boot up here. These are your brightness and contrast. So yeah, this one I believe has 4 megabytes. Or yeah, I think you can have more RAM than that, but so we get through our RAM check. There you go. All right. Okay, that, and here we are. We just do it. I don't really have much on this right now, so, but as you can see, barely. It does have DOS. I think I have DOS 3.3 on here. In any case, that's it. So, but now with that, this is my working one, and I'm ashamed to say that I have another one right here that was in fact working before I got a hold of it. No, the thing with these is that they will not work if the real-time clock isn't working. And the problem with these and a lot of older computers is they use the Dallas RTC chip, which is like your current motherboard has a battery, CMOS battery. Well, these do too, except the battery is hidden inside, deep inside of a chip. So you can't just willy-nilly replace the battery. You have to replace the chip, or replace the chip basically. So what I started to do with this one was I was going to replace the chip with a one that I made, and I could not for the life of me get it out. And the way these traces are on this board, they just sort of like came up like tape, like so. Let's put it this way. I destroyed this motherboard, sort of. What I'm going to do is, since I have some time and I'm waiting on parts for some projects to come in, I'm going to actually work on this now to see if I can get all the traces and everything fixed and get the new real-time clock chip in there and see if I can get this one working again. My channel is super small, so obviously I don't have any sponsors, but I am going to sponsor myself. So have a quick look at this quick ad. This is a 4116 RAM chip. It's used in old arcade games and some old computers like the Apple II. Instead of replacing every RAM chip with one that you might think is good, you can use our tester to test it. It'll save you time and it's very reliable. It works just like this. Just plug it into 5 volts with a mini USB. Put the 4116 RAM chip in the ZIF socket and click test. And around 14 seconds later, if it's good, it will tell you. If it's not, then it will tell you to try to reseat the RAM and try again. You can do it a few times. If it doesn't work, it's probably no good. This one is good. And don't forget, we also have the Zoom floppy available, which is a thumb-sized Zoom floppy to connect your 1541 floppy drive to your modern computer. All you need to do is install OpenCVM on your computer and you're ready to go. We also have the Model D, which is quicker to make, so it's cheaper for you. Just go to kosciuskomedia.com and order, and I'll ship it out as soon as possible. Okay, so this is the one that's not working. And you can see here, this keyboard cord is much worse for the wear than on the one that the one that's working. It's going to have to be replaced somehow with something. Shouldn't be too difficult. I'm assuming, I don't know how many wires are in here, but we'll be able to rewire it if I can find a good good cord or cable to replace it. I mean, look, this is just old. It's just old bad rubber. I mean, you can see here it's crumbly. The other one's not like that. I don't know why. One is in so much better shape than the other. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe this was not stored as well. In any case, this should just pop off. There we go. First things first is I'm going to take this keyboard out. It's so difficult to get this out for some reason, even though it's not hard to plug in at all. Okay. So this is the DIN plug for the keyboard. If it will focus, maybe. Yeah, so that's the DIN plug for the keyboard. And what I imagine what I'll have to do is reuse it. Well, you could probably buy, well, it's gonna have to go in there. I'll try to reuse this if I can whenever I get around to redoing this keyboard. And you can also see it's got a lot of discoloration compared to the other one as well. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is, forgot. We're going to take these back 3 screws off, right here. Or 4. Oh, 6. One thing about this is you do not need to take this back plastic piece off, and as a matter of fact, you risk breaking it if you do, so just don't. There's no point. You don't have to do it because it'll slide out with the rest of the stuff. I need something here. Yeesh. Yeah, here. That's good. There we go. This will make it better. There we go. All right. Yeah, so when I first took one of these apart, I did try to take this off, or I did take it off, not knowing that it wouldn't make a difference. I didn't break anything. There might have been one tab that broke off, I'm not sure. I don't think so really, but in any case, it's not necessary, so just don't do it if you ever get one of these. Unless there's like really some reason you have to. See, these are longer ones, the two center ones here. So that's something to remember. Okay, so with that out, what we can do is, you can see here, here's your I/O. So what we can do is we can just do this. As you can see, it's coming out a little bit. Shoot. Well, it came off. It didn't break. But you don't have to do that. Just so you know. Again, nothing broke. Everything looks good. Yeah, these broke. That's broken, actually. I didn't mean to do that. But anyway, so this will come out. Not all the way. It won't come out all the way. But it will come out. Because we've got to get some, we need to disable or unscrew one of these cables. Come on, dude. This right here is the cable we need to get. The cable for the monitor. It'll just, oh, it won't come out here. Come on, dude. There we go. Jeez. Okay. So, and I left this undone because obviously it wasn't working. So this is the cable we need to get right here. We need to undo this big one, this big thick one. You can see it, you probably can't see it, but I've already got it undone, and I'm going to pull it out here. It's got a little flap to pull on to get it out of the socket. Alright, so we got that. Okay. So yeah, we don't need to take this off. I forgot. It's been a while. So with that undone, we can just pull it out now. And we can set our case aside. with the monitor still on it. Here we go. So there's quite a few little things on here, and there's definitely an order you have to go. So first things first is we're going to get the hard drive, and yeah, so this still has the hard drive in it. This hard drive is from the other one, and this needs to be smaller. Let's see here. Okay, so we're going to take the hard drive cage off. There's two back here, and it's probably easier to just undo the hard drive cable. Get these two. I'm not going to try to pull those out. All right. Okay, so that's the hard drive cage. Like that. And we just need to unplug it here. Okay, so we've got that unplugged. I'm going to leave those screws in there. Set this aside over here. Okay, now the next thing we can get off is the floppy drive. That's a bigger one. It's weird. I had this out already, so that's why you didn't see this. Normally this would have been here. This would have had to come out first. This is the light sensors and all that. Just goes right here. Plugs in. But I already had it out. Because like I said, this thing wasn't working. Well, I destroyed it. Pretty much. Shoot. I need to make sure I keep these two together because they're bigger size. Let's see if I can see them over here. What do I do with it? That looks right. Yeah, okay. So these two are for this. Now I have to find a screw on the carpet of forgetfulness. The carpet of disappearance. Yeah, I'll have to find it later. I'll find it. I'll find you. Okay, anyway. So there's that, and we're going to unplug it here. And we are going to pause because my battery is running out on my other camera. In any case, so here's our floppy. And we'll get back to it in just a second. Okay, so we've got everything off now. I'm gonna go back to the small bit. Oh, I found that other little screw on the floor when I went to change my battery. How it bounced all the way across the other side of this table, I don't know. Why do they always do that? I don't know. But it seems they do. When we've almost got our K1 visa. When my fiance gets here, we get married. We're gonna buy a house, hopefully, and have more space. There's a few little screws over here on the side. Yeah, I don't know how it bounced over there because I got boxes underneath this bench and I don't know. It's just crazy how that stuff does that stuff. Okay. I already took those off. Those are connected to the hard drive. Okay, and so we've got to get this out. And this is, I'm not sure what this goes to, but it's another plug. It's got to come out. Gosh, I don't have anything else close. Let's see. Let's try this. Maybe this will help. All right, and I think that's everything. And I remember this not being the easiest thing to remove, but okay. It was easier than I thought it was going to be. Okay. Here we are. There is the board. Now this card, I don't know what this card is. I think I knew at one time, or I had an idea. But this actually isn't on the other one. I'm not sure what this is. I think I knew at one time, but I've forgotten. I haven't messed with these in a while, so let's get this off here and look at the damage of this board. Oh, by the way, these are the RAM slots, and this actually covers the RAM. This originally had this card and the extra RAM modules, but I put them in the one that's working. This one, however, has a better screen. So, you know, we might have to Frankenstein some stuff, I don't know. What I'm more interested in now is getting this one to actually work. I want to put these with the yeah, like I was saying, I'm more interested in getting this one to actually just work, and then maybe we'll look at getting all of the best parts into one computer. Maybe not, I don't know. All right, I think that's everything. Oh yeah, I gotta take these off. So I gotta take these connectors off the back here. Okay. All right. So when this computer first came out, it was around $5,000 in 1988 money. So for inflation, you would have been looking at about $10,000. That's ridiculous for a laptop. Oh, how things have changed. Okay, we'll just see this there. Okay, now I should be able to get this out. Come on. Oh wait, I think there's something under here. Something under this board. I believe there's a yep. So that's the board. Again, I'm not sure what it is. I think it's a floating point integer module, if I remember correctly. So I'm not sure how the 286 works with floating points, but I think that's what this was. So don't quote me on that, but I'm 80% sure. So yeah, it's got a great big it's a great big hex connector thing that was underneath the card. Yeah, and I didn't put this on the other one because it does not have a connector for it, which I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess it wasn't standard to have that connector. Make sure I got everything. It looks like I have everything. This has to come out at least. Guess I'll have to get you later. I don't think the other ones have to come out. This is a telecom port or something. Ethernet sort of adapter. There we go. Shit. That came off of the board. Good Lord. Excuse me. Anyway, so there's that. I'll put these with this. This is light, so it won't hurt my Mac. Air, MacBook Air. Okay, that's everything. Come on, I know you're off. I don't think those are connected. I guess it is. This one's got this is the power supply. I guess this has to come out too. It's got a screw underneath it. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done this. Let's see here. Now that I think back, I do remember having to take the power supply out. Okay, power supply out. But yeah, I guess those go through the chassis. Now what do you say? Alright, jerk. Yay! Alright. Now, put these here as well. Now the issue. Where was it? Oh yeah. No. Oh god, I can't even remember where the chip. There's where the chip was. Now you can't see anything on this side, and I'm gonna go over here to where the light is more. Where there's more light. But now you can see here where the chip was. Oh god. It's like a mirror. So you can see how these traces actually came up. Like, those aren't from me. Those were on the board. So it's like they laid the traces down and put like a coating of some sort of clear coat coating over them. And that's all that basically these boards are. So that I don't think they made these boards like we do today. Or at least not a lot. But anyway, there are some traces that are screwed up and there's some that are missing. So I'm going to try to figure them out. And yeah, I don't think that's anything that you want to watch, but I will, if I see anything interesting along the way, I will get back on and record it. So anyway, you can see this is where the Dallas chip was. Over here. And those are the screwed up traces where I screwed it up. And once I get these fixed, I will get back with you. Okay, so it's been about a week or two. Been pretty busy, but I ended up doing what I didn't want to have to do, but I had to because couldn't find any schematics at all on the internet. So I took the working one, and I took out the Dallas chip from this one, and I went all over the board looking for the vias and connections for each pin of the Dallas chip. And so now I have my bodge wires here. You can see those. Get a closer look maybe, I don't know, it's dark over here. Hey, you want to focus? You can see the bodge wires there. And just in case anyone needs it, here's a quick rundown of where all of the vias are for the Dallas 1287 chip. For at least this is for the SLT286, the Compaq SLT286. So here it is. So what we got here, I'm just using GIMP, sorry. So what we have here is the Dallas chip out. This is pin 1, obviously. And it took a while, but I've got pretty much all of the pins traced to a via or something similar. So I'll just go over them real quickly. Pin 1 is on the opposite side. These two aren't used. This one goes up to here. That's pin 4. Pin 5 goes all the way up here. Wasn't easy to find. Pin 6 is right there. Pin 7 goes over to here. Pin 8 down to here. Pin 9 up there. Pin 10 right there, real close. What did I say, 10, 11, yeah, so pin 11 goes up to here. And pin 12 goes over to here. And that's it for that. Did I do this one? Goes over there. Anyway, you can see where they all go. This would be pin 13. It goes down to here. And these, you can see where they go based on this picture by the traces that are there. I'll get back to this. And on the opposite side, we have pin 1, which just goes up here to this capacitor. Just boom, right there. And then we have, well, that's, yeah, pin 1. And then we have pin, let's see, no, wait, that would be pin, no, that's pin 24, my bad. Ignore that one there. It's pin 24. And then 23, 22, 21, 20. So pin 20 goes up here to this. I don't know if it's a MOSFET or what it is. But it goes to the gate. Right there. And so, and then this one what was that? 20, and then 19 would go up to this capacitor, or this resistor here. And that is it. All the others are on the other side. Now let's talk about this one. This pin 23 here. I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked all over the place and could not find where this pin goes. Now, on the board that I need to add bodge wire to, it's the pad is good on that board still. So I'm done looking. If anyone else thinks they need it, then okay. I personally think it might not be connected to the board at all, because it is an external square wave. And I'm assuming it's the clock signal to keep track of time inside the chip. And I think maybe perhaps they just gave you a way to send out the output signal of the chip as well. And I'm thinking that this board does not use that. That's just my theory. I could be wrong. If you think I'm wrong, or if you do know the reason, you're welcome to comment and let me know. In any case, I don't need to worry about it. If you need to worry about it, good luck finding the via, because I couldn't find it anywhere. I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked and used every trick in the book. Again, I'm thinking that because it's a square wave output, and it's just probably outputting the signal that it generates inside itself to keep track of time. And there's already at least 3 3 oscillators on this board that I've seen. I'm assuming that it's probably just something that's not used. That's just my assumption. I could be totally wrong. I couldn't find much info on the Dallas chip. It doesn't go, the data sheets that I've found don't go into a lot of detail. And I obviously could not find a schematic for this board, or I would have used it. But anyway, that is that. So I will leave a link to this in case anyone needs it. It'll be on my website. And yeah, so that's that. So now we can get back to doing the bodge wiring. Okay, so I've gotten all the bodge wires in. I got my the modules that I made in. And it's no surprise to me. I'm going to tell you now, I've already tested it. But I'm going to go ahead and turn this on for you. This is the one that I had previously messed up. And we'll go ahead and turn it on. And we get 102 system board failure, which is what it did before I tried to fix it. So it's a wash as far as that goes. It could be something else. I could have not gotten the wire connected well. Who knows? But that means this is going back into the storage until I get time or feel like doing it or whatever. So that's that for this one. I messed it up when I first started working on it. I wasn't careful enough with the Dallas chip when I took it out. However, there is some good news. So let me put this aside. Now remember, I did have to take the Dallas chip out of this in order to get all the traces, or yeah, to find all the traces and everything for well, the connections, the vias and everything for where the Dallas chip connects. Well, in doing so, I had, if I can find it, yeah. So this is the old one out of this one. And this is the Dallas chip here. And what I had done before is I had dremeled into the contacts and soldered some wires and a battery to it, and then that made it work. But since I had that out and it's pretty crap anyway, I went ahead and tried one of my modules in it. And so now it's got one of these in it. This is, well, like I said before, it's called F Dallas. F star Dallas. Yeah, it's just a Dallas chip replacement. I will probably put them in my store. Who knows? Well, I have some now that I will sell, but whether I make any more, I don't know. Anyway, so that said, I have the Dallas chip in here, the Dallas replacement, in the one that I knew was good. And sometimes this plug doesn't go in right like it should. There we go. So I knew this one was good. And it appears my replacement is good. I don't know if, oops, that'll help you see it a little bit. But as you can see, it appears to be working. It's reading the RAM, or testing the RAM. Roughly 4 megabytes. Ooh, getting some noise. What? Drive A? That's not right. It was running fine before. Options not set. That's weird. I shouldn't do that. I should have saved it, because I set this up earlier. Let's try it one more time. It's not going to work. I'm going to have to use the system disk, but it was working before. I have a hard time believing the battery's dead. I mean, there's no way. All right, well, put in the diagnostic disc in. Let's see what happens here. See if you can see that. I think you can see it. All right, loading program, yes, I know. At least we're not getting the logic board error. But we definitely don't want to have to do this every time we want to use the computer. Let's see, I'm not sure. If the time is not the same, then of course. Have you completed running this process since connecting the battery? Yes. The configuration memory device indicates it has lost power. Contact your authorized Compaq dealer. Okay, so it's making me do the date and stuff again. I don't even know what the date is. Okay, so 0606. Oops. Okay. Okay, well, let's go ahead and save this. Oops. Is it F4? No. That's F3. Okay, exit and save. Okay. I don't know because it was working before. I tested it a little bit after, so. Doing the same thing. System options not set. That sucks. I don't want to open this thing back up. Okay, so I'm not going to take this all the way off, but down in here, I put the, I don't want to mess with this stuff anymore. So what was happening was this was compressing. This is way too close to this chip, and I had it on a socket, but it was pushing it down, and it kind of mashed the socket. It was a cheap socket, so it wasn't very good. It was, one of the cheap with the flimsy insides. Anyway, so I took it off the socket. I soldered it directly to the board, and instead of putting the battery directly into it, I'm going to leave the battery out so I can change it easier. Now, this normally wouldn't be an issue in a regular computer, but this being a laptop and an old laptop where everything's crammed and this is smashed in here, I had to do everything I could to make this fake Dallas chip work. So I put it directly onto the board, and I just attached some wires here, and I'm going to leave it in here in my hard drive case. I've covered up, obviously, with something, I don't know, tape, or maybe I'll make a little box, 3D print a box for it. But anyway, so I'm going to leave this out here, and this does work now. It's not going to like boot normally because nothing is connected. Nothing is really connected anyway. But there we go. Okay, so should work now. And can't really see it. There we go. Now you can see it better. But now you can see that it did the RAM check. And it's going to get a keyboard error because there's no keyboard on it. I don't care about that. It's going to boot up. So let's go ahead and turn this off now. And I'm going to put all of this back together, and we'll see how it runs. Okay, so when it rains, it pours. What happened was some of the connectors for the hard drive, which is obviously this isn't a hard drive, it's a hard drive replacement, which is very cheap, by the way. You get it on Amazon. SCSI SD adapter. Probably find it easily enough like that. But anyway, so some of the pins were bent. So I had to wait a couple days to get a new cable from Amazon. 40 pin, 40, it's actually 39. One of the pins isn't used. That's okay. And I only needed one, but I couldn't buy just one, so I got some SCSI board connectors. Oh, I got two of them. Some board connectors in case this is no longer any good. So I gotta. This doesn't have the. The non. Well, let's see. I know this got to go this way, and this has to be flipped around. So this is the way it should go. So let's turn this light on. Let's try not to damage these pins while putting this in. I've been taking, I had to take this thing off and on so many times. It's gotten pretty weak. And yeah, I actually broke the cable. That's why I had to buy cables, because I actually broke the cable pulled out of the connector trying to get it out. So I hope this is the right size. I think it is, but let's see. Come on. Anyway, I'll get this in. I don't need to mess with it here with you watching. I'll get this in, and then we will see if it works. Okay, so I got the hard drive module plugged in now. Everything's all set, so should boot without any issues. So let's have a look here. Turning on, testing the RAM. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. It's not the best picture, but you can see it. Got the keyboard here. If you don't have anything that this computer comes with plugged in or set up, you will get an error and you have to use your utility disk to fix it. Here we go. So I don't need to do this because we already have the date and time. Still have the date and time. So now we know that our little battery hasn't worked, and our Dallas module, wherever it's at, I don't have one handy, but anyway, you've seen it. So we know that's working. You can see that there, and we'll just do a directory because I don't really have anything installed on this. There we go. We got DOS 3.3 on here, and that's it. So it's working. So now we know that my hard drive's back to working. We know that the Dallas module, replacement module that I built is working. I have a few that I buy 10 at a time. There's no reason not to buy 10 boards at a time. When you get them from PCBWay, you might as well just get 10. So I'll have some of those for sale on the website. If it looks like people are interested, maybe I'll make some more. In any case, so here we go. We're going to put the one that I didn't get fixed. This one had similar problems. It was doing the same thing. When I had the socket in there, and the top of the computer case was smashing onto the module. I was getting the same error. It was mainboard, I don't know, error or something like that. So I'm thinking I either have a bad connection with the solder joint or I have a wrong pin. Could be that. I hope it's not that because I don't want to take that thing back out. It's already screwed all to hell. So, but I'll get to that someday. I'm not going to do it anytime soon. I will keep you posted. If I get it fixed, I'll bring it out. And maybe I will someday soon download some games, put them on a disc, and we'll have a look at this a little bit closer in working order and see what kind of games we can run on it. See how it looks, see how it runs. And yeah, so we'll do that. So thanks a lot for watching this video. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. Subscribe if you like the video. Please like. You know how the algorithm works, just like everybody else knows. And I just hope you got something out of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Thanks a lot. Take care.